green marble crochet tutorial. For this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make a very simple v-neck sweater using this yarn, which is this. Unfortunately I deleted the original introduction for this video, so I'm having to film it again. Yes, that. So it's this, which is a Mondial yarn, which is 100% acrylic at 100 grams. And again, I can't find the ply on the label, but this one recommends that I use a 3 or a 3.5 millimeter hook. But I'm not going to be using that. I'm going to be using my 5. I like to use my 5. Also, because I want this to be quite lightweight, quite flowy, and yeah, it's more of a spring, mid-spring garment. Alright, so yes, but what I can tell you is that for a square of 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, you'll be doing 25 stitches for 32 rows. I hope that helps. Yes, so I've done this, I've done a v-neck in the past, but the different thing about this is going to be, there's going to be a few minor differences, but the main difference is going to be that instead of when I get to the bottom of the V, just here, I won't be joining it to do rounds, to do the rest of the body. I'm going to be leaving a space to about here, just beneath sternum, yeah, kind of like that, and I'm going to be attaching that V, or the bottom of the V, with tassels. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening. Yeah, I don't think there's much more I'm going to be saying. Yes, so there's that. I also just wanted to quickly mention that I'm going to be linking my Patreon in the description below. Yeah. So if you like this video, please give it a like, or if you would like to help me support my channel, that would be really awesome. Don't really know what else to say about that right now. It would help. Help us grow. Anyway, aside from that, yes, if you haven't subscribed but you would like to, and if you enjoy my videos, there will be plenty more. I have plenty more on the way. I don't think there's much more to say. We should just get straight into making this. Alright, now to begin, we're going to find the end of our yarn, and we're going to make a slip knot and adjust the knot to the hook, and we're going to start by chaining a length of 40. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so chaining a length of 40. Alright, so here is my chain of 40. Now what I'm going to do is chain an extra 1, and skipping that first chain from the hook, I'm going to put 1 double crochet into the second chain from the hook. So we are only chaining up 1 for turning and such, so not that one just there, but that one there, double crochet into the second chain from the hook, just like that. And we're going to be starting increases right away, so from there we're going to chain 2, and into that same chain that we just put our double crochet into, we're going to put another double crochet. So into the same chain, and this is going to be the first of the 10 stitches that we're going to be doing here for the first shoulder section. So we're going to be counting that as the first of the 10, so we're going to put just a single double crochet into the next 9 stitches. So I'll meet back up with you after that. Okay, so there we go. So we've done 2 double crochets with the chain 2 between for the first chain that we've gone into, then 9 double crochets, and for this ninth one, we're going to chain another 2, and into that same chain another double crochet. There we go, and there's the first of our increase sections for that shoulder. Now into the next 20 chains we're just going to put a single double crochet. So 1, and it's a little tight, 2, 3, so do that for those 20 chains. Alright, and there's our 20 double crochets. Now into the next stitch along we're going to put a double crochet followed by a chain 2, and then into that same chain another double crochet for the first of the increases for this shoulder, and then into the next 9 chains we just put a single double crochet until we get to the last one at the end, and then we'll be putting our chain 2 and another double crochet. I'll meet back up with you then. Alright, here I am at the end. So like I said, for the last stitch we chain 2, and then once again into that last stitch a double crochet. So I think this one's slightly different from my previous V-neck sweater in that there's 2 less stitches for the foundation chain. Anyway, moving on. From here we chain up 1 and turn the work, and then into that first stitch there we put a double crochet, so just like that, a double crochet, followed by, so this is how we increase like this, into that chain space that we've done for that previous increase section, we put our double crochet into the center of that chain space, like that. And then we chain 2 and we put another double crochet into that chain space. And that's how we increase, like that. Alright, so moving on to the next stitch along. So I think there should be, no, there should be 10. Okay, good. So moving on to the next stitch along, we just put a double crochet into each stitch along until we get until we get to the next increase section, and I'll meet back up with you there. Alright, here I am at the next increase section. So again we put our double crochet into the center of that chain space, followed by a chain 2 and then another double crochet into the center of that chain space. And then you've just got those, actually I think there's probably going to be 22 stitches along there. Yeah, so into the next 22 stitches, so just moving straight into the next stitch, double crochet. I'm just going to be putting a single double crochet into all of those till you get to the next increase section, where you'll put your double crochet into the center of that increase chain space, and then a chain 2 followed by another double crochet into the same chain space. So that's how it goes for the increases, and you'll be doing that for these increases until the front and back fit comfortably beneath your arms. But before we move on to that, well, as we're moving on to that, I'm going to be showing you how we're going to increase for the V-neck at the front. So let's meet back up at the end of this row and I will show you where to go from there. Alright, so I'm at that last increase section, so I'm going to go into that chain space at the end just there with my double crochet, followed by my chain 2, and then the other double crochet into that same chain, into the chain space. Now, because we're only chaining up 1 for the beginning of each row, it might be a little tricky at first to determine where you've got to put that last stitch when you get to the end of the row. So just always make sure you're going into the last stitch. It might be a little tough to find, but obviously we've got, like, you know, one just here. So there we go, we've finished that row, we've finished that round, that row. Let's just call it a row. Okay, so our next step is so now we're going to be increasing for the V. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain up 1, turn the work, and into the first stitch we put 1 double crochet. So 1 double crochet into that first stitch. Then into the second stitch we're going to be putting 2 double crochets, so 1, and this is going to help for the increases for the V, and 2, then we're moving straight into the increase for the shoulder, so 1 double crochet into the chain space followed by chain 2 and then another double crochet into that chain space. So now, until the front stitch count where the V's reflect the back stitch count, I would say we're going to be putting 2 double crochets into every second stitch along. So every second stitch along, and also every second last stitch. So I'll meet back up with you at the end of this row. So just once again, same as previous row, we're going to be putting our double crochets into every stitch up until the increase sections, where you will be putting your double crochet followed by the chain 2, followed by another double crochet. But I'll meet back up with you at the end of the row and show you what I'm going to do, show you what we're going to do from there. Alright, here I am at the end of the row, and I've done my increase. So moving into the next stitch along, I'm going to put, because it's going to be the second last stitch of the row, we're going to do 2 double crochets into that stitch, so 1 and then another one into the same stitch, and then into the last stitch at the end of the row, just 1 double crochet, 1, and then from there we just chain up 1 and turn the work, and 1 double crochet into the first stitch, 1 double crochet, followed by 2 double crochets into the second stitch, 1 and 2, then just 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet until you get to the increase section where you put your double crochet into the center of that chain space, followed by your chain 2, and then followed by another double crochet into the chain space. So you see how it's going, and we're going to be doing that until until the front V, the stitch count at the front, so on both sides. Sorry, I don't know whether I mentioned also, so it's 2 double crochets into the second stitch along, 2 double crochets into the second last stitch. It's always going to be like that until the stitch count at the front reflects the stitch count at the back. Also, we're going to be doing the increases, so these increases, until the front and the back fit comfortably beneath your arms. So I can't really remember which one of those comes first, the V or the front or the back, front and the back, fitting comfortably beneath the arms. But I will meet back up with you at one of those stages. I have a feeling it's the fitting comfortably beneath your arms thing. But yes, I will meet back up with you shortly, show you where I'm up to, show you how it's starting to come together. So yeah, we'll be doing that. So just continue in that pattern. We'll meet back up soon. We'll try things on. We'll see how they look. Yeah, alright, see you soon. Okay, so I've now reached a point where the stitch count at the front and the back both match up. So that's 44 stitches for the back. So that's 44 stitches for the back. And I've increased the V enough that there's 22 stitches on one side and 22 stitches on the other side. It's not the deepest V in the world, but I don't really think that matters. I think maybe I'll try doing a deeper V next time. But also, because I'm not going to be joining the V at this stage, I'm just going to be... Oh, also, it doesn't fit comfortably beneath my arms yet, so I am going to be doing another few rows to get to that stage, and I'll meet back up with you and show you how that looks. But because I'm not going to be joining, I'm going to be joining the top of the V with tassels and just leaving like a cheeky open space down here for the rest, and then joining it a bit later on. Anyway, so what we're going to do now, I hope I'm explaining that properly. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to chain up 1 and turn the work, and because there will be no more increases for the V, we're just going to put, let's move that aside a little, and that, we're just going to be putting our double crochet into the first stitch, so double crochet into the first, we're still only chaining up 1 as we go, double crochet into the first stitch, double crochet into the second stitch, but only 1, and just continue double crochets till you get to the next increase section where you do another increase. I'll meet back up with you at the end of this row. Alright, so here I am at the end of the row and I have 2 more stitches left to do, so I'll just do one last stitch. Just like that, and there's no more increases for the V, so you'll just be doing 1 stitch per stitch. Okay, now, next step is to, once again, chain up 1, turn the work. And like I said, I need to, so 1 double crochet into the first stitch, and then 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and so forth. But like I said, I need to do a few more increase rows before I can join the front and the back comfortably beneath my arms. So I'll meet back up with you soon. I think it should only be maybe another 3 more rows, yeah. And then I'll meet back up with you. I'll show you how that looks. And then I'll show you how to join that so that we can just keep working on the body. And yeah, we'll go from there. Alright. See you soon.